A group of gay men who have forced themselves to marry women and not lead a gay lifestyle are urging the Supreme Court to vote against marriage equality. Now, the Supreme Court will start considering the issue of marriage equality on April 28th. And so there are a number of different groups of gay individuals who are saying, no, 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 you cannot accept same-sex marriage because we're miserable and we want other gay people to be miserable as well. So a group calling themselves Same-Sex Attracted Men and Their Wives, that's the name of their organization, have filed an amicus brief asking the Supreme Court not to recognize same-sex marriage because doing so sends a harmful message.
Harmful. Okay,
so Brett Olson is one of these individuals, and he says, I want people to know that this choice I made, that Anissa and I made together is possible, and I can bring happiness and hope. We have been able to do that. We've been able to have a 16-year marriage. We're raising 4 fantastic sons. Well, that's hunky-dory. That's great. You should be able to do whatever you want. Same-sex couples should be able to do whatever they want as well. And just because you have forced yourself to live a life that I know makes you miserable, you shouldn't have to dictate the lives of other people based on that.
So now, the only part I'll slightly disagree with is I don't know that he's miserable. Maybe he loves his kids so much that he's generally happy.
He's gay.
Okay. No, I know. What I do know is that he's living a life he doesn't have to live. You know, most people say he's living a lie, right? Mm-hmm. So that's absolutely clear. So I'm sure that he's, in reality, unhappy about this life because he says it. He'd rather be having sex with men, and he's not, right? Instead, he's married to a woman who he obviously is, at least sexually, not attracted to at all, right? By his own admission. So when you say he's miserable in that sense, I agree. Now, there might be other parts of his life where things are great. But Anna makes the best point, which is, okay, man, that's like your opinion. So you want to do this. Have at it, Hoss. We believe in freedom. But you don't. You don't want other people to have the freedom to do whatever they want, right? And if they want to be married to someone of the same sex, you're saying, no, I don't want you to be allowed to do that because I made the choice to deny myself.
Yes.
So how dare you be happy in a loving relationship?
That's absolutely right. This reminds me of people who have children and then they look at couples who have decided they don't want to have children and they're like, what's wrong with you? You're selfish. You're terrible. You need to have children. It's because they're stressed out with raising their kids and they want everyone else to be stressed out raising their kids, right?
At least those people are judgmental, but they're not trying to change the law so that you have less rights.
That's true. So they're slightly better. But in this case...
Slightly better.
So in this case, I like how I kind of made the story about me. So in this case, it's even worse because... Just think about this for a second, though, right? Think about the fact that these people would want gay people to force themselves to be in heterosexual relationships. So you as a straight guy... Think about what it would be like if the roles were reversed. If we lived in a society where you were forced to have sex with another man and you were forced to marry nothing but men. That's it. Mm-hmm. It would be miserable. Your life would be terrible, right? So these guys have somehow tricked themselves into thinking it's awesome. But again, don't let your lifestyle and your suffering dictate the lives of other people. It's ridiculous.
So I like the analogy that Anna's using. If you're a straight guy out there, imagine if somebody came to you and said, okay, now this dude over here is also straight, but he's forcing himself to have sex with other dudes his whole life. And he wants to make sure the laws are set in a way where you, even though you're straight, can't have sex with women the rest of your life. You've got to be in a relationship with another guy and continue to have gay sex with him your whole life. And if you choose to be with a woman instead, because that's your nature, right? We're going to change, the laws will not be the same for you. You won't have equal rights. Well, you'd be like, first of all, what are you doing? Why, if you're straight, why don't you have sex with women? What's wrong with you, right? Mm-hmm. Second of all, hey, you want to be a weirdo, that's your business, right? Now you're going to tell me I can't have sex with women? And if I do, I'm going to have less rights than other Americans? You would find it insane, right? Well, it's equally insane when it's applied to gay people.
Just get out of our business, right? And people want to marry the same sex, let them marry the same sex. How does it have any impact on your life? And also, set yourself free. Set yourself free, right? I mean, look, there's a possibility that this guy is on the spectrum somewhere. Maybe he's bisexual and he's not gay, right? So maybe his story is different and I'm not understanding his perspective. But for those who identify as gay, you can't force them to marry and have children with people that they're not attracted to.
Well, they're going to give it their best shot.
Just two potential realities to this situation. Because again, in the reverse world that Anna proposed, say we as straight men are in here, were forced to marry guys only because the law told us to. Let's keep it real. If we were forced to, we do it, and then we buck around on the side with women. Or just, some people are fine being asexual. And maybe these guys, it's not a given that they're having sex with their wives. At some point they did because they have kids, this particular case. But, there's plenty of couples that are they married for 16 years and they stopped having sex after 5, So that's probably part of what's happening. These women are probably miserable, which is the other side of that coin. Or they're messing around. These guys are probably messing around with guys.
But they're so high and mighty. Look at us. We identify as gay, but we've married women and we've decided on this lifestyle choice. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Now, finally, one other guy, Bill Sager, who also gets 3 kids, 5 grandkids and stuff. I'm sure that he gets tremendous joy out of that family. And he says, for me, it's family, family, family. Okay, I hear you on that, brother. Okay, but you know that gay people can get married and then adopt kids and also have family, family, family. But you want to deny them that. So it's not really family, family for you. You're saying it's family for me, but not for you. And I'd like you to have different rights because some guy talked to a bush 2,500 years ago, theoretically, and then another guy walked on water 2,000 years later, or 2,000 years ago, and then they wrote these things down in a book 300 years after that, and then this mythology got passed down to me, and I'm stupid enough to believe it, so I demand that you believe it as well and not have any fun sex or a family of your liking. If you really believe that's rational, then I guess you're on their side. But you got to be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to believe that.